Hi everybody, and welcome to our session today, which will focus on the value of partnerships and innovation in enhancing rural connectivity. My name is John Veazey, and I am the Market Engagement Director at the Connected Society team at the GSMA. Today's session is going to be looking at a project where we've been working in partnership with two innovative companies as part of, and winners in fact, of our Connected Society Innovation Fund for Rural Connectivity. Those organizations are ISA Africa and NURAN. We've been working in partnership with these organizations to deploy new innovative greenfield solutions that will pilot innovative solutions to deploy mobile broadband networks in rural areas. These will provide low-cost mobile internet coverage through commercially sustainable models, and they can be scaled and replicated in similar environments across the region of Africa. The fund has been allocated in partnership with both Vodafone Ghana and MTN Uganda and is set to run for approximately 18 months. So, I'd now like to introduce our two guests this afternoon. Firstly, Mr. Rakesh Kukreja, Managing Director of ISAT. Rakesh, would you like to say a few words and introduce ISAT, please?
Yeah, no, thanks, John, and thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to present ourselves. ISAT Africa comes with 2 decades of experience in connectivity in various parts of Africa using different technologies, starting from urban to rural. And that's where we developed various different solutions to take care of rural connectivity options. So other than the technology, we also have our ecosystem that includes partners, technology, government agencies, and others, so that we use these all ecosystem to help the rural communities, and we bridge the digital gap to look forward for 21st century, John.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rakesh. Now I'd like to introduce our second guest, Mr. Bradley Shaw, the Regional Manager for Middle East and Africa at NURAN. Over to you, Bradley.
Great. Thanks very much, John. Great to be here today. So NURAN Wireless provides carrier-grade, low CapEx and low OpEx mobile broadband infrastructure solutions that have unsurpassed reliability. From our Arctic regions of Canada to the heat of the African jungles, NURAN connects the unconnected. And we're delighted to be involved in this project with the GSMA.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. So we have some questions prepared that focus around the topic of partnerships, particularly, and innovation. So Bradley, I'd like to come to you first and to get NURAN's perspective. So innovation is important in improving rural connectivity. So could you tell us the way in which your solution uses innovation to make rural connectivity possible in both the short and the long term?
Fantastic, absolutely. So I think just before we start talking about the innovation, I'd just like to say thank you as well to UK Aid and the GSMA for firstly UK Aid providing the financing, and GSMA for arranging the program to run this program and get these sites built. So I think the innovation is absolutely critical, and what we are going to be showcasing in Ghana is the fact that you can reduce the site size and footprint of a telecom site in the rural areas of Africa. Part of this and reducing that site size is where the populations are. And to be able to achieve this, we worked with the GSMA's coverage mapping tool to identify the exact locations where these sites needed to be built. By using the overlay of the population coverage to know exactly where we are, where the populations are, and where the coverage needs to be. Secondly, the other innovation was the power consumption on the equipment that we're putting on site. We have some of the lowest power-consuming telecoms equipment on the market currently. Our small single TRX 2G unit uses 14 watts of power, which is incredibly low, and less than that is used by a kettle. The next thing in terms of innovation, we're trying something new in the Ghanaian markets, using TV white space to backhaul GSM and telecom traffic through to the network. And we found this to be a superbly useful technology in its ability that we don't need line of sight to connect key points. So if there's a small hill in the way or a building, TV whitespace can allow non-line of sight connectivity, which is crucial in reducing costs for these deployments. Thanks, John.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bradley. I've got one more question for you as well, and that's really focusing on partnerships. So how can you tell us, how has the partnership with the government in Ghana, particularly through GIFEC, benefited the work that you've set out to do?
Absolutely. And thanks for mentioning GIFEC specifically. And they have been an absolutely incredible partner to work with in Ghana. Kofi Asante, the Director General of GIFEC, and his team have been incredible in the support that they've given us. One of the things that they did was they reduced import duties on the equipment we were bringing into the country to the tune of around 95%. This allowed us as NURAN to reinvest the money that was going to be spent on those import duties and actually build 2 additional sites with those funds. So that has allowed us to cover even more people in Ghana than we had initially planned because of the reduction in the import duties. Secondly, because of COVID, we actually had to change the structure of our partnership mid-planning because firstly, our tower provider or supplier was going to be an international firm. We ended up having to shift that to a Tunisian company, and we then acquired the towers from Tunisia because we could bring them in from Tunisia around to Ghana. Secondly, we were going to use another international system integrator. And because of the travel lockdowns, because of COVID, we ended up changing to a local system integrator who we've been working with to deploy these sites. So I think it's a positive spin on this situation in that we're now working with local partners rather than international, and that helps build the local Ghanaian economy as well. So I think it's a partnership that has really been good for all of us. And working with Vodafone has also been absolutely crucial. Let's not forget the mobile operator partner we're working with. Vodafone have been incredible with their support. And we really look forward to getting these sites on live and working with the teams there. So, John, thanks again.
Thank you, Bradley. So, Rakesh, I have a couple of questions for you. The first one is in relation to society. So, what do you see from ISAT? What are the benefits to society that will be gained from your rural connectivity solution?
Certainly. John, as I mentioned, that our solutions are meant for rural communities, which is more than voice and data. The first key aspect in our solution is user adoption, which means there won't be any fear in local communities to adopt the technology, which can be a technology barrier or it can be a language barrier. We like to see, we understand the reservations and challenges much better, and how do we mitigate those challenges. Other than that, we also are working on applications starting from mobile money, a GPS system, telemedicine, e-education, and many more to see how we can use internet backbone to assist these communities just more than internet browsing. We like to work with NGOs to see if they can use our technology to assist these rural communities much better. We like also to see innovative ideas. Just an example that what we are doing in Uganda is to use a smart pole, which will have a solar system on a small on a pole, regular pole of 6 to 10 feet, which will have a lamp, which will have a USB charger. It will have a Wi-Fi and possibly little more gadgets to assist the local communities to take the best out of it. So this smart pole not only helps to offer the telecom services to local communities, but it also assists for social gathering and social networking for people. we like to see that these technologies help us to a more association with the local communities, so that there is a sense of belongingness, which helps us also to secure the assets in the rural areas.
Fantastic. So, Bradley mentioned COVID-19 earlier. So I'd like to ask you from an ISA perspective, how has COVID-19 affected the project, and how have you adapted, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, certainly. COVID-19 was almost a great challenge for us to face, especially in international logistics, which came almost to halt. We also had challenges in getting to vendors because of the lockdown. So while there was a great challenge, there was a parallel learning as well. As you know, a lockdown happened in phases. It started from China, then to Europe, and still ongoing in some part of Africa. Um, the great learning out of these, we realized that having a physical meetings or physical presence in office is not as much as we always thought about it. So we adapted the new processes for it. We saw that the automation helps us to achieve the required results out of various physical meetings that we used to have. We also had to rewrite the business continuity processes and manuals that we had applied, which also accommodated the pandemic and other challenges. Um, we also realized that putting the processes together, which is more on the workflow and the performance measurements. So today, our performance measurements of our team members is totally a different ballgame than it used to be, because of the remotely connecting and working from home and other aspects. So today, as far as business is concerned, we are more concerned about the quality of work than the quantity as it used to be. So it's a great different learning, John, and we have applied all that along with these GSMA projects. We had a great collaboration with MNO in Uganda, which is MTN. We have all good experience working with them, but especially working on this project was a great fun.
So, some fantastic Q&A here that's been done this afternoon. So thank you so much to my guests, Mr. Rakesh Kukadra from ISA and Mr. Bradley Shaw from NURAM. And thank you to the audience who've been listening in either live or through the recorded version. We hope you enjoy the rest of Thrive Africa. And thank you all for your time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.